What's poppin'? It's Spaced here, and today we're gonna be going over r/malicious compliance. So let's get right into it. Sure, I'll give you a sandwich with 30 servings of pickles. About a year ago, I used to work at Chick-fil-A and usually work nights, so this story takes place around 9 p.m. and I'm assembling the orders. So the relevant people to this story are: T is one of the current team leaders from the front house, V is one of the other 2 employees left in the night, and then there's myself. Because it's close to closing on a weeknight, we're pretty slow, so T decides to order herself a sandwich with extra pickles during her second break. At this point, I didn't know it was T ordering, but on my screen comes an order for a CFA sandwich with plus 29 pickles. Because this order is so ridiculous, I confirm it with V. Me: why is this order on my screen? V: it's for T. She wanted hella pickles. Me: fine, then I'm gonna give it to her in a salad bowl and put all the pickles on it. V: haha, do it. I'll take the blame if she gets mad. It's worth noting that our system plus 1 pickles actually means 2 pickles because that's how much we put on a sandwich normally. So I take a salad bowl that's about 8 inches by 8 inches and put the bun at the bottom. I then put in about 1.5 inches of pickles in it. Put a fillet on top of the bed of pickles and put a bun on top. Then put the salad bowl lid and hang it up front. About 2 minutes later, I get called to the dining area by T. She's obviously mad that I gave her an edible sandwich, in addition to wasting a ton of pickles because apparently they're expensive, so she had me take it to the back to give her one with a new bun, about 8 pickles instead of 60. Before I go back into the kitchen, I let her know that V encouraged me to do it and I opted out of taking the blame. After all is said and done, T has a real sandwich. V comes up to me and is pretty mad that I got her in trouble. So honestly, I don't understand why the person is mad, even though they said they take the blame. They get mad when they actually do get blamed. Like, I guess people sometimes say stuff and they don't actually mean it, but they just say it to kind of be like buddy-buddy with that person. Alright, let's get on to the next one. Yes, please, do call animal control. I was out with mine and the guy's dog at a partially fenced dog park a few days ago. As I was bringing them back out to the car, a new friendly dog came up bounding up to us. As it was not fully fenced area, it wasn't a surprise, and I looked to see who the people of the dog were, but no one knew it was around. This dog looked similar to one of mine, which is important. Anyway, I get my dogs into my car and decided I would catch him and see if there's anything else I could do. The dog is very friendly, but clearly a boisterous large puppy breed, maybe 8 months old. I begin trying to leash it, and at this moment an irate woman comes storming up, and I just assumed it was the dog's owner. Scared but relieved. It was not. I never got her name, so based on her behavior, she shall be named Karen. Karen shrieks, "Your fucking dog knocked me down over there. Look at my coat." She was streaked with dirty water and mud from the slushy melting snow, and consider the dog's demeanor, I could see it happening if you weren't prepared for the hit. Sorry about that, but it's not my—
Do not claim this isn't your dog. I saw you playing with him. Even if you're the dog walker, you are responsible for his behavior.
As I said, this dog looks similar to mine, so I gave her the benefit of the doubt. No, my dog is in the car there. This one just ran up to me. Still trying to catch a dog at this point, and frankly far more focused on him. I heard her say something about animal control, and I said, "Yeah, okay, sure." I wasn't paying attention because she was now shouting from being irrational, and that patience doesn't extend very far with that. I get a hold of the dog after one of the other people comes over to help corral him, and Karen is now shouting into the phone about this large, dangerous dog. The dog park person says, "This is the dog that came running up, isn't it?"
Yes, she doesn't want to listen to me.
We just shake our heads at the situation, and I decide to wait for the van to show up, because I was in a rush to leave, and frankly, I wanted to make sure this woman felt stupid. By now, I've seen the dog does not have a tag, but they've written Frankie on the collar. I started to try and get this boy to calm down a little by using his name and seeing if he'll sit, etc. Animal control shows up about 15 minutes later. And this woman has been pacing around, viciously exclaiming how everyone else was irresponsible for allowing their dogs around another dog that was so out of control. We have all been ignoring her as best as we can. Karen stomps over, brandishing her muddy coat.
Finally, this woman's dog knocked me over down there, and she does not care at all. He's out of control.
The animal control person walks over to me and he's staring at me with an interesting look on his face. Karen trailing behind him. Frankie is now sitting, oddly very wiggly, next to me, and I'm trying to lean against the fence. I admittedly trying to be obnoxious now. "Hi, this is Frankie." She came running up to me about 20 minutes ago from that direction. I think. No tags, name written on the collar. "Hello, I'm Officer X. We got a call about this dog from the owners. The mailman didn't quite shut the gate right, so he got out. Thank you for holding on to him. They're very worried." Karen's face fell, and she stood there like an idiot, and we walked away from her. I showed him my 2 dogs to prove that Frankie wasn't my dog, and that was part of my story. Fuck Fuck you, Karen. This whole situation honestly seemed completely unneeded. Like, if a dog knocks you over, I understand being angry, but if someone says it's not theirs, don't keep persisting with it. Please, just don't keep persisting with it. Alright, well, let's get on to the next story. That can't go into the incinerator. Okay, I worked for a large mattress production company for a short while. I started as a warehouse operative and then to the production side. But between that, I was put on the recycling plant. It was a one-man operation, so it's not hard to keep on top of it if you stay focused. This consisted of putting trash into an industrial compactor, putting cardboard into a separate one, and then binding it for recycling. The incinerator was where wood went from scrap bed frames and pallets to burn. You threw it into a shredder, which feeds it to the incinerator, which in turn produced heat and such, which would always go to the local grid and gave income for the company in tens and thousands a week. So I was told anyway. Anyway, sometimes there just was enough wood to burn the excess of cardboard. So to keep production up, I would put cardboard in occasionally, and this caused zero problems. Until one of my managers was passing and spotted me putting cardboard in. He flipped his shit. Manager: hey you can't put cardboard in there. Me: I get that, but there's not enough wood to burn to keep production up, but way too much cardboard. Manager: I don't care, only wood goes in there. Got it? Me: okay, only wood it is. From then on, if wood came over from frames or broken down pallets, any metal screws or nails or fabric attached to them, I took my time to remove them from every remnant and dispose of them in the compactor. Naturally, this slowed all recycling down. This went on for about 2 weeks. When our managing director called me to his office with previously mentioned manager and asked why the income for recycling was down. Me: I'm putting everything down in the correct slots. Managing director: I know, but why is the production so low compared to a few weeks ago? It's been down around by 60%, give or take. Manager: well, what's your answer? Me: when wood waste is down, I was substituting some with cardboard to keep things balanced to make sure the incinerator was stocked. But my manager told me to make sure only wood went in there. Managing director: is that an issue, manager? Manager: only wood in the incinerator, that's designated zone. Me: if you want only wood, managing director, I'll put only wood, but I have removed screws, fabric, and nails, and etc. to make sure it's just wood. Manager: so you're admitting your fault for wasting company time. Managing director: I see the problem here, you/Ashwood zone. You can leave. Please continue how you were doing it before the manager intervened. Manager: no, make him do it right. Managing director: manager, please stay here while we'll talk a bit more. Not sure what was said, but he didn't get involved again, and I ended up leaving a couple months after when I was placed on Matters production as manager. Went out his way, tried to make my job more awkward, and had enough. May not have been super malicious compliance, but felt good to have an MD on my side. Should talk me and my technician? Have fun dancing to the music the principal pulled you in for. 14, male here. I do technical work for a Catholic school for events and whatnot. The other day, we were setting up for practice to rehearse for a concert. Me and my buddy, let's call him M for now, we set up as the other day as the technician went home. As we finish, the 12th grade dance group comes onto stage for their practice and hands me the flash drive with their song for the concert. I boot up the computer and get it to run, while my friend runs the cord into the microphone for music, since someone had damaged the output box a few months prior, and after everything's up and running, we pop in the music and start playing. This track, as they called it, was a plethora of rap songs and other songs with expletives, sexual innuendos, and blatant sexual lyrics. And as that continues playing, the dance group, all girls, no guys for whatever reason, starts to perform very sexual dances, which consist of borderline touching themselves, slapping each other on the ass, etc. As this was playing, some of their group was trying to bully me and Em into leaving their post, with us telling them it was our job to be here. A girl walked up to us and simply told us, "We don't want you here." This sentiment was shared as they all started saying something along the lines of that, and that our presence was unnecessary and unwanted, to them insulting us and calling us nosy wastes. About 50 minutes into the song, the principal comes into the auditorium, sees them dancing, pays keen attention to the music, and then hears them to continue insult me and my friend. She beckons the leader over and starts angrily whispering into her about the treatment of me and my friend, as well as their dancing and music. After she was gone, the group came together and began arguing about what they should do, and another girl said that she didn't care if the principal came up on stage during her dance. They were not going to change the music, and they would just continue their shameless dancing. Just as they were leaving, the leader comes up to me and says, "Just play the redacted music and make sure to make me hear it." The concert day comes. They haven't approached me and my friend about the music, so we go ahead and wait for their turn in eager anticipation to get our revenge of the group. When their turn comes up, they still not approach us for music, so we go ahead and play the track they got pulled in for. Like the leader's words, we played the redacted music and made sure the microphone could pick it up. We turned to the speaker volume up to full and let the microphone go near to touch the speakers, and we let it play. They looked confused initially, and they continued with their previous routine. As they get 15 minutes into the song, the principal walks in, a stern and angry look on her face. She approaches the podium, turns on the microphone, and calls every single one of them into her office. Last I heard of them, they were going to get their conduct points reset to 0 for the term, and they were all disbanded and weren't allowed to dance together anymore. As for me and my friend, we were left off as we were only doing our work, and the principal had a good enough of a laugh over what we had done, and we were given a boost in our equipment for it. Well, that story was a little weird. Like, if the song it's a Catholic school and these girls are gonna play explicit songs, so why? And then when you're told you can't do that, just keep on going. Anyways, that's all for today. I'm recording this all in advance because I'm gonna be going to Mexico for a week, so I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of stuff and have it on hold for later, and I'm gonna edit it all together, and I'm gonna have it on hold, and it'll come out during the week while I'm gone. Anyways, that's all for today, and have a good one.